I cried in my car my first week out of orientation, and here's why it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So I was a new nurse in an orthopedic unit, eager to take care of my patients. I had 5 patients, and one of my patients just came from the ED, and their vital signs were unstable, specifically their blood pressure, and I was giving all the medications and interventions, and I was simply waiting for all the interventions to take effect. So I was going about my shift, taking care of my other patients, and as I'm walking past the nursing station, I hear my name being called by the charge nurse. And the nursing station has a vast amount of professionals. We have, in my specific case, it was a unit clerk, nurse practitioners, other experienced nurses, the charge nurse, just a lot of people. And so specific charge nurse, as I'm walking by, called my name. After she called my name, her tone changed, and she went from talking softly to actually talking to me as if I was a child. And her specific statement to me, your patient's Muse score is high, and have you not notified me or the doctor? What are you doing? Now I was aware of the blood pressure, but I did not understand what a Muse score was. And so I was coming from a different state that had a different electronic medical record. And yes, I see my education as a new nurse for Epic. I wasn't really fully sure of how to navigate Epic. And so in my homepage, there were just the basic things that was a preset for my electronic medical record. So I could see the vital signs, I knew the patients there for, I knew their name, all those basic things. But it is upon yourself, and I did not know that at the time, but it is upon yourself as a nurse to go in and to basically add all the features that you need in order to see everything at first glance on Epic. And I didn't know that. My preceptor didn't show me that. And it was up to me to understand what I needed on my homepage in order to take care of my patients effectively. And I did not know that. The charge nurse was basically scolding me and telling me, hey, the Muse score is high, you haven't contacted the doctor, what are you doing? And her tone, you guys, made me want to melt. It made me want to melt. It made me feel so stupid. And I'm thinking, I understand you are worried about the patient, but in the meantime, you are taking it upon yourself to make this a moment to embarrass me in front of my other coworkers. So I did what I could. I listened to her. She took it upon herself to take over for that patient and contact the doctor as the charge nurse, and she didn't even take the time to even explain what she did. And so me being me, as resilient as I am, I went through the day, I sucked it up as a big girl, and I was like, I'm not going to let this charge nurse, who's probably evil, get to me, because I had worked too hard to be at this point in my career. And so what I did was I went through the day, and you guys, when I got to the car, I bawled like a little baby, thinking I worked so hard to get here to get embarrassed like this, right? And so I cried on my way home. I even vented and called like my sister, and so I didn't have to work that next day, but I took it upon myself to go and try to understand what a Muse score is. So if you are new to Epic, Muse score is simply modified early warning signs. When I got to work the next time, I found the most friendliest nurse, and I went over the scenario and I said, can you show me how to wrench Muse score in so I can see it immediately when I open up my homepage? And so I did that, and you guys, after that time, I have not had an issue where someone is saying, hey, a Muse score is high, Leah, what have you done? Why you're not intervening? Because I took it upon myself, and I was like, nursing is self-directed, and this is not going to happen to me again. Yes, I was embarrassed, and yes, I did not know, but I didn't allow that one mistake to kind of define me for the rest of my nursing career. I made sure that it didn't happen again. I made sure that I wrote it down in my nursing Bible. It was like a booklet that I had formed, and all the mistakes I had made, I wrote down the correct way of how I should do it. And so I want to give you guys some encouragement that are new nurses and that actually have maybe experienced nurses that want to take it upon themselves to embarrass you, to make you feel less than. It's going to happen. I pray that it doesn't, but when it does happen, do not let that moment define you. Don't stay stuck in that mistake. Learn from it and make sure that it doesn't happen again. I'm here for you all. I'm rooting for you all, and it will get better. You will learn from your mistakes, and you will walk into your shifts being confident. If you're a new nurse, follow for more tips.